and welcome. My name is Devidasa Kawal, and welcome to our latest episode on exploring humanity in the age of AI. I'm here with Dr. Dustin Krein, and we're going to be talking about the importance of community school and the way that the educational landscape is currently changing, and some things for us to be aware of as we are moving forward. So, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background? I know you and I have known each other for, I think, almost 2 years now, I believe.
Good to be with you all. My name is Dustin Krein, and I am over at USF in the College of Education, specifically in the Institute for School Community Partnerships. And the way I got into education goes back about 12 years ago. And I went into AmeriCorps, which is a domestic Peace Corps, and went and worked with at-risk youth in Little Rock, Arkansas at a camp. And it was an around the clock kind of commitment. And that really formed the basis of my career and foundation education. And so I did not come into it as a classroom teacher or that sort of pathway. And so everything that I've done from that time years ago uh, brings us to this current time where I'm still working at community partnerships and so on. I'm very focused on what's happening outside the classroom, and community schools, which is definitely a part of the work I do with Hillsborough County, fits into that. And so I think what's happening outside the classroom is oftentimes more important than what's going on inside.
Tell me a little bit about how the Hillsborough Tampa Bay area is leading in the community school movement, if that's the correct word.
Absolutely. So I have previous experience as a community school director myself here in Hillsborough. Hillsborough County has the most community schools of any county in the state of Florida. We currently have 21. And we are the work that we're involved with at USF with directly with Hillsborough County Public Schools and the community school department and all the community schools helps to facilitate that. At the same time, we want to leverage resources from the university within the schools and the communities to have a bigger impact. And so naturally makes sense that the major public university in the community works directly with the major public school district in the community. So we know these are two big bureaucracies. You will always hear that Hillsborough County is the third largest school district in the state of Florida, the seventh largest in the country. Hillsborough County itself is larger than 11 other states. So it's a massive county. We have 3 cities in the county, and the work that we do, we're in each of those cities. So we are out and about all over the place, and we are most honored to be able to work with schools and the school district to facilitate those connections, because in the end we want to collaborate, ultimately save taxpayer dollars where we can and improve outcomes for students and families.
Like, what role does community schools play in society? And can you also define what is a community school for people that don't know the difference between a normal, regular school or a typical school versus a community school or compared to a community school?
You can really go back to the early 1900s with John Dewey talking about a school being the center of a community. So it's really, there is a philosophical background to it. When we talk about more tangible current day community schools, we're talking about a few extra staff in the school. That's a big part of what they're doing, is they're doing the partnership engagement. They might be coordinating family events. Many community schools have a food pantry. Many bring in medical support to the school, dental support. Oftentimes it might be the first time a student has gone to the dentist. So in a nutshell, you've got a few extra staff that are within the school that support the principal and all the other staff to bring in holistic approaches and partnerships to make an impact.
What can the public and private sector do to support the growth and development of more community schools in the Tampa Bay area?
One of my favorite examples of that with public-private partnerships in Hillsborough County, and this goes outside of my work at USF and so on, but it's Junior Achievement at Tampa Bay. and specifically their 3DE program, where they partner with private companies and they go into the schools. They have staff in the schools and they're doing entrepreneurship and business uh, classes and workshops with students. And that is an amazing program and a great model that they've put together. And I think that where we're at in education, everybody sees it, that with AI happening, the opportunity to be an entrepreneur, we should embellish that. We should add on as a major opportunity to teach kids. They have ideas and so on, help them flesh that out. I know at USF, the Stravo Center in the College of Education has done work like that also. And so that's very important. And we need to empower teachers to feel comfortable to be connected to businesses, that business practices. Uh, we might have the next Jeff Bezos sitting in one of our classrooms, and we want to make sure to foster that kind of creativity.
I'm going to put Dustin's information below the video if you want to get in contact with him and find out more about community schools in the Tampa Bay area.